ball gets going, passion's flowing, dreams start glowing. You best be ready, heartbeat steady, cause the air gets heavy. The game is here, no time for fear. Can you hear the cheers? Yeah.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
You're looking live at the SAISD Sports Complex. It's week 2 of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company. And tonight it's Antonian against Sam Houston, just south of downtown San Antonio. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. And tonight you got two teams that had different results in week 1. Antonian was a victor. Sam Houston lost a close game to Fredericksburg. But, Chuck, both teams played pretty well.
They did, and I think if Sam Houston cleans some things up, they're going to be just fine. But what I like about this is we have two like-minded coaches in this ball game. You have Melton Schultz from Sam Houston, Van Fushak from Antonian, private public. But these guys realize how important these non-district games are. They want the best of the best in the preseason so that when they get ready for league play, they're going to be just fine and tested. Both coaches feels like the other team affords them that tonight.
And both guys do a great job developing young men as well and developing talent. We told you all year we're going to have some big-time D1 prospects on TNL this year, and we start with Devin Grant.
Yeah, this is a young man that's had 12 or 13 D1 offers that are kind of down to West Virginia and also Colorado. Decided to go with the Buffs, but we're looking at an elite-level defensive end who we also might see some at the wideout position tonight. But this young man also played basketball on the Antonian squad that ended up winning a state championship this year.
Yeah, and on the other side of the ball, Sam Houston's got some athletes as well, including their running back, Piggy Anderson. I'm not doing him disservice using that name.
No, you're not. In fact, Darian says, please call me Piggy. It's what my mom calls me, so we're going to do just that. But this young man, what type of a running back are we talking about here? You need 5 yards, he gets you 6. You need 6, he'll get you 7. But maybe the best part about Piggy Anderson's story is that he's here at Sam Houston for the Magnet program, carries a 3.7 grade point average. Well done.
The great thing for those in attendance tonight, the clouds have rolled in. Alex is down on the sidelines with our Shelter Pro Game Time weather. Alex?
Oh, boy, can we thank the clouds today or what? Ferdinand's down south, but boy, it sent us some clouds today. First got here, 96 degrees. Now we're down to about 88, and it feels more like about 87 with the wind here coming out of the southeast at about 10. What a breeze. Perfect weather tonight for football. Watch out, though, if you're punting, because that 10 mile an hour, yeah, it could send it off just a little bit in the wrong direction.
All right, thanks a lot, Alex. And down on the sidelines as well, this year is Zach Hedrick, the newest addition to the TNL crew. And rumor has it that Zach has the volume control to the PA announcer. Is that true, Zach?
Yeah, it's cranked up pretty nice and loud right now. But before that, I was able to catch up with both head coaches real quickly. On the Sam Houston side, they are looking to see their upperclassmen lead the younger guys tonight, kind of clean up those first game mistakes from last week. Hopefully that plays into tonight. And then over on the Antonio side, Coach Fushak has some new guys up along the offensive front. He's hoping that they gel a little bit better tonight so that offense can get clicking. Guys, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Zach. When we come back, we'll have our Taco Cabana keys to the game. It's Antonian and Sam Houston. You're going to see some great athletes and a very evenly matched contest coming up on the CW35. Welcome back to the SAISD complex. It is Antonian taking on Sam Houston on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, and right now it's time for our Taco Cabana keys to the game. And Chuck, we start with Van Fushak and those Antonian Apaches.
Well, the first thing they want to do is they really got to get a grip on what's going on with Sam Houston's speed tonight, and that's really in the backfield and outside. And you got to do that by stopping the quarterback too. Raymond Citizen's a really good player. And then secondly, they've got to block their front three. Sam Houston's got some really good players up on that D-line.
Antonian, a big winner last week over Seguin, so how do they stay focused taking on the Hurricanes?
Well, you know, I'm a big defensive guy, and I think the better our defense plays, the more they give the offense the ball, you know, the better off we're going to be. You know, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. I mean, you know, when I was at the old school, I mean, that was a big forte: defense, defense, defense.
As for Sam Houston, Chuck, what are their keys?
Well, first of all, they got to win the battle. They got to win the turnover battle first and foremost, and then secondly, get off the field on third down. They weren't able to do that last week late. Might have cost them the ball game. And then lastly, play within ourselves on offense. Don't try to do too much. As the old coach used to say, don't go into business for yourself.
Melton Schultz guys played good enough to win last week. They didn't, and they don't want to go 0-2.
Oh, most definitely. You know we have Wagner next week, and, you know, the thing that excited me is none of our kids talked about Wagner. Everything was about Antonian this week. Coach Fushak and his staff does a great job with their kids. They've been up and coming for a while, and, you know, you have to line up and play hard. I mean, they're going to come after you, and you got to weather the storm and, you know, play your best game, and hopefully at the end of the night you come out on top.
The scene is set. We are ready to go. It's Antonian and Sam Houston. We'll have our national anthem, and we'll kick it off when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Associated Collision Center, serving San Antonio since 1976. You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
Time now to turn it over to our public address announcer, Danny Giles.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday Night Lights football. Let's stand as we bring to the field the Sam Houston Army JROTC Hurricane Storm. Captain Emmy Carreno. Carrying the colors and commanding is Major Taylor Minor. Carrying the Texas flag is Captain Daniela Aguilar. And the left guard is Captain Bobby Morse. And now, fans, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the national band, national anthem under the direction of the Sam Houston Marching Band. Director, Mr. Adams.
Thanks for watching the Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff.
Welcome back. It's T&L. It's Antonian and Sam Houston. Van Fushak, a San Antonio legend, leading his Apaches in here into the SAISD complex. If you're not familiar with this stadium, it's just on the campus of Burbank High School, just south of downtown. And Chuck, Van Fushak has seen a lot of good athletes come and go over his long career. Of course, was at MacArthur for many, many years.
No question about it. On the other side, Milton Schultz has seen his share of fine athletes, too. We're going to see quite a few of them tonight. Again, I really like this matchup, Don. I mean, you got two teams that are really looking forward to league play. You got Antonian. When they go to Houston, they're going to meet some really good teams over there, coming off a big win last week against Seguin. And then Sam Houston, you know, play here or play there, and they're looking at a win against Fredericksburg.
All right, it is time for our first half kickoff, brought to you by the San Antonio Police Department. Diego Artiega kicks it, and it's Lation Jones with the return. He's reversing field at the 20, and he's going the other way. Jones picks up a block. He's dancing right to about the 21-yard line, and he ran 40 to pick up 20. But a nice job of ad-libbing there by Lation Jones. He's one of the many really spectacular athletic players on this Sam Houston team, led, of course, by Raymond Citizen Jr. We saw him a year ago quarterbacking these very Hurricanes. And Chuck, last year also very impressed with this young man.
Yeah, I mean, dual threat quarterback, huge arm, runs really well, has great vision, smart with the football, makes good decisions, also a game breaker.
That's Piggy Anderson behind him, and we had movement on the snap. Our referee tonight is Charlie Wernette. It's a false start, remains first down. It'll be first and 15. And so the Hurricanes getting off to a little bit of a rocky start, just executing the first snap.
This is a different Sam Houston offense than we're used to seeing. No longer do they do the spread, although they'll line some guys out like they are right now, but we're going to see a lot of running tonight from the Canes as well.
In motion is Jonathan Franklin Ross. Instead, it's a keeper for Citizen. He picks up a couple. Take a look at this offensive starting lineup for Sam Houston. Again, Jones, Reed, and Faison Reese, dangerous receivers. Jonathan Franklin Ross is listed as a wide receiver, but he can carry the football as well. Led up front by Darian Lee on that offensive line. Second down and 11. Ball on their own 25-yard line for the Hurricanes. Trips to the right-hand side. And Citizen looks that way, throws that way, and completes it to Latravius Reed. And he's pushed out of bounds right near the stick. And it's a first down for the Sam Houston Hurricanes.
Really nice job by Raymond Citizen. First of all, finding the ears on the football, then bouncing out because Devin Grant busting through the double team, putting the pressure on the quarterback. Citizen hanging in there and throwing a strike.
Gold's Gym first down here for Raymond Citizen. Inside handoff. Actually, he faked it to Piggy. And again, changing direction and being brought down for a loss is Jonathan Franklin Ross.
Yeah, it's tough to reverse your field when there are three guys, three defenders from Antonian. Absolutely crushed that, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Really good play by the Antonian defense. For the second time in as many series here, got Sam Houston behind the chains.
Second and 15, Magnus Kirby also there. As Citizen lines up in the gun, takes the snap, fires to the left-hand side, and reading it perfectly was number 4 for Antonian, and that's Diego Artiega.
Yeah, once again, nobody picking up Diego Artiega, and he just kind of blasted through. Got him some ball carrier to start this game.
Watch him here, ball's in the air, he just read it perfectly with a big-time hit. Sets up third down and 17 for Citizen. Throws it into the flat on the near side, and again, Antonian's got it read perfectly, and I believe that was number 3, Chance Felix, on the tackle.
Yeah, great job there by Antonian. Devin Grant running free on the left side. They tried to sucker punch him with a screen, but Felix, who will play both ways, was equal to the task.
So Melvin Reitzel will drop back to punt it away. Back deep to receive is Byron Armstrong, and man, what an athlete he is. He was the best player on that basketball team that won state championship last year. And he's a fantastic athlete as well. But we've got a timeout on the field, and we'll take it with them. Sam Houston scoreless, punting it away. Antonian will have it when we come back. We're back here at the SAISD Stadium, where Sam Houston has converted 1 first down, but they ran into some problems here going backwards on their second possession. Second set of downs, rather, and so now they'll punt it away. And again, to reset, it's Melvin Reitzel doing the punting, and back deep is Byron Armstrong, who's a fantastic athlete, even a better basketball player than he is a football player. Stands at his own 35-yard line, and the snap is high for Reitzel, but he gets it away, and Armstrong may have a shot at returning this one. He gets across the 45, and he's going to be spun around right there at the 46-yard line. And we'll get our first look at a very impressive Antonian quarterback in Khalil Warfield. We've talked a lot about Devin Grant, but Chuck Warfield, a Division I recruit in his own right.
Indeed he is, Don. I mean, don't have a lot of those, right? Got a young man that's committed to go to UTEP, and just another great athlete. I mean, has the ability to run the football, but don't go to sleep on his arm either. True dual threat guy. It's going to be fun watching him play tonight.
Hands off to Will Fertitta, and he's going nowhere. Big Romeo Lasoya in there on the tackle. He wrangled him by his shoulder pads.
Khalil looks the part, you know. Almost 200 pounds, 6'1", and probably still growing. Obviously, he's done a lot to attract the attention of some college coaches that have seemed to frequent over at Antonian here in the last couple of years.
3 receivers to the left-hand side. He fires that way and airmails it over the head of Diego Arteaga. And that'll set up a big conversion opportunity here at 3rd and 8.
Well, Sam Houston with a chance to get off the field here early on in this football game.
One of the keys to the game was for both these coaches want to have 3 and outs. So we take a look at that defense. Again, Latravius Reed, Lamar Miller, a lot of these guys going both ways for the Hurricanes. Both teams, actually. Khalil keeps, dances, and he's wrangled down short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 8, and Antonian will have to punt it away. Darian Anderson, Piggy, playing both ways and makes a tackle on defense.
Yeah, a lot of people want to go to sleep on Piggy because of his lack of height, but there's a lot of football in that guy, and you just saw him turn it up on defense too.
Dion Heights back to return. Diego Arteaga will punt it away. Actually, got a little substitution here. It's Cole Zay punting it away for Antonian. Takes a hop at the 5. Getting outside, dancing out of bounds, right at about the 25, and that's where Sam Houston will have it when we come back. The Hurricanes eager to get another shot at it, but we'll keep it here for just a second because we've got a penalty flag. Sort that out. Charlie Wernette talking it over. Don't know if we have his mic tonight. Do our best lip reading impressions. Illegal block in the back. It'll be 1st down, but we'll be back right after this.
Still 0-0 after the first possession for both teams with a little more than 7 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm here with Samantha and Mike from Taco Cabana. They're going to tell us about some new things coming up on the menu at TC.
Yes, we have a couple new items on the menu right now. The first being our Beyond Meat options, which are meatless, plant-based protein. You could get it in a crispy taco or a bowl. We also have 2 new carne asada tacos. They're really delicious, so go out and try those. And lastly, we have peach empanadas now at TC. So you can come get peach empanada or plant-based protein. We have all the kinds of options. So come out and see us at TC.
Awesome. You need that sugar rush for the second half. And Mike, you also have some news things coming up as well with some of the catering options as well.
Yeah, so, for the last 4 or 5 months, we've been working on revamping our catering website. And sometime in September, probably mid to end of September, we're going to be launching our new website with our catering. You'll be able to go in there and order Taste of TC, build your own taco bars, and there's a whole bunch of things, crowd pleasers, and so much you can order from that. But we also have our $9.99 dozen box tacos. You can get that any day now. So if you want to just come up one of our stores and order a dozen bean and cheese tacos, get them for $9.99. So enjoy it.
How can you beat that? Just all the tacos you could ever want.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's Taco Tuesday, but I mean, with it being TNL, why not make it Taco Thursday or something?
We can do that.
Guys, back up to you.
It's what it is. Tonight, it's Taco Thursday. Thanks, Zach. Sam Houston facing 3rd down and 9 deep in their own territory on the 13 after a couple of incompletions. .640 to go here in the first quarter. Citizen with another crucial play here as Grant comes off the edge and he's pressuring him and he just throws it away, and that may be grounding as well. Nobody in the vicinity.
Well,
No flag.
you see just what a presence Devin Grant is on that edge. I mean, the previous play, they tried to throw it over his head. He got in the throwing lane, disrupted the throw. This time, Raymond Citizen just lives to fight another day.
So that sets up 4th down. Melvin Reitzel to punt it away. Again, it's Byron Armstrong back deep. Short kick. Armstrong running up on it, but he's just going to let it bounce, and the Apaches are going to get away from it and let it die right there at about the 41. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Airport parking has never been this easy. Whether you use one of our 2 economy lots with free shuttle service, our long-term or short-term parking garage, or if you're a member of our guaranteed parking program, airport parking has never been this easy. Take advantage of our Park Assist app and know the availability of parking spaces before you leave home. Fly easier, fly San Antonio.
Aeneas Gray on the carry. Nice play by Latravius Reed coming up from his position to submarine him and get the tackle. And the snap was taken not by Khalil Warfield, but it was Zach Schwalen playing some quarterback for Antonian, and he's in on this series. Schwalen played a little bit last week as well. Fires to the near side. Maddox McDonald on the catch. He's brought down after a short gain by Lamar Miller. And speaking of Steven Navarro, he's our player profile. He plays both football and track. He's a student ambassador, looking to go to UT Austin. And it's always fun to spotlight these kids who are so good in the classroom and on the field.
Well, and Steven did a good job this week. We rolled our cameras out to get a little preview action, and Mr. Navarro was one of the guys stepping up, taking the microphone. Did a really nice job. There's a future in television maybe at some point.
Schwalen's got 3rd down and 4 here. He's got Fertitta back there with him. Got a man over the middle and completes it. Nice. job by Schwalen to buy some time. And now they're going to say it's incomplete. Colze, the punter, thought he brought it in, but nice quarterback presence here.
Oh, without a doubt. Kind of rolling with the flow there. And
good call.
Yeah, kind of jiggled there at the end, but you're right. Schwalen did a really nice job feeling the pressure, clearing himself a little throwing lane and delivering a strike.
Just lost control there at the end where the ball rolls around and hits the turf. 4th and 4, and Antonian's going for it at the 36. Schwalen on that slant, and what a play! And a catch and a touchdown. I told you that Byron Armstrong was special. And boy, did he make a great catch there.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, quick hitter on the slant. Once that guy got his hands on the ball, it was Katie bar the door. Huge play for Antonian. They've done a really good job tilting the field on the early part of this game, winning the field position battle, set themselves up here on 4th down, and didn't blow when they got the opportunity there on 4th.
So Diego attempt the extra point, and it is no good. So it's 6-0 Antonian. Brian Armstrong with the touchdown, and what a great catch. Antonian leads it when we come back. Welcome back. 4:43 to go here in the first quarter. Antonian leads it 6-0 on a nice slant route on 4th down to Brian Armstrong. And Zach Schwalen coming in and doing a really nice job at backup quarterback. Chuck, I wonder if we've got any info on Khalil Warfield by halftime. I don't know if it's injured or if he's just mixing it up tonight.
Well, you know, both of these guys are still trying to figure out exactly what it is that they have before they get into their league play games. So there's going to be some experimentation going on. Some guys are going to get some snaps that maybe they don't get once the regular season rolls around. But that's the beauty of some of these early season games. I mean, you get a chance to kind of tinker and dicker with some things, figure out what you got. But I just, you know, you can't say enough about the job that Antonian has done on defense and then on special teams. I mean, you don't give up a first down, all of a sudden you're working on a short field, and eventually you're going to get it to pay off.
Kick is again heading to Lation Jones. He put on a show the last time he had a return, trying to get to the near side. And he turns the corner, picks up a block, cuts it back, and does a really good job of getting near the 28 as we head down to Zach Hedrick. Zach?
Hey, Don, I'm joined now by Mr. Don Rackler, the founder of the John Wayne Service Company, our presenting sponsor. And this week, they named their first player of the week. So, Don, tell us a little bit about the young man from Brennan High School.
Well, his name was Johnny Rodriguez. He's a defensive end, and he had a big game. I think he had 3 sacks, and they shut out Reagan, which hadn't happened in a long time. And we had voting. You know, everybody had to go vote, you know, for the player of the week, and he won by a substantial margin. So we were really happy about that. Got the fans involved, got his family, got the school, got the student body, and that's what made him our John Wayne Player of the Week.
So, Don, I know we're still very early in this game. There's still time left in the first quarter and everything like that, but we're going to be naming another one tonight from this game. Tell us, where do people need to go and all the info they need so they can cast their votes?
Okay, you go to johnwayne.com, and all the players tonight will be there. All you got to do is go in and select the player that you think will be the John Wayne Player of the Game. We'll get you a free John Wayne Player of the Game hat if you pick the right winner. And then look for Don Harris on Sunday night to pick. We'll have the top 3 players of the game will become the John Wayne Player of the Week for next week.
And check this out. We debuted it last week. There's the hat right there. The player of the game gets it embroidered with his number and everything like that. So pretty special here. And Don's got a football here with him. He's been testing out his arm. Don, let's see it. Whoa! His receiver wasn't looking, but he's still warming up. Yeah, you gotta turn and look for it. Got to turn and look for it. Guys, back up to you.
It's not the boss's fault. Let me tell you something. That other guy's going to take the blame for that one. That's right. John Wayne sponsoring both the player of the game that we'll decide at the end of this one and the player of the week that will have nominations over the weekend as Citizen is dropped and it's loose. Let's see who came up with it. It's going to be second down. There was a penalty on that play when Zach was talking with Don, and that's what put them behind the chains, and now it's going to be 2nd down and 21.
Well, once again, everybody's All-American. Devin Grant, the kid that was held. Sometimes you got to do it. I mean, he's that good. You see, he busted through there again. Last week he had a few sacks. He's already in for a strip sack early in this game.
So Sam Houston deep in their own territory for most of this first quarter. Big reason because of that man right there, number 28. Citizen with trips to the right-hand side, pressured again, trying to get out of it, and he's going nowhere. And this time, it was number 53, who is not on my roster. We'll give it to Steven Navarro, who's 54, who's the closest one.
Yeah, it was a really good job, you know. Over on the left edge, Grant was being doubled and chipped. Those guys on the right edge doing a really good job staying at home and giving Citizen nowhere to go with the football.
So it's 3rd and 20. Tick down near the end of the first quarter, about 3 minutes to go. Citizen throwing a little bubble screen to the right-hand side, and Sam Houston loves to turn it against the grain, and it's backfired for them about 3 times tonight, including on this play right here, as Dejon Heights finds nowhere to go.
Well, you can't fault the young man. I mean, he's trying to make something happen. Swinging out there to him on the left side. Nowhere to go, so he had to cut it back right. Player trying to make a play on 3rd down.
So it's 4th down, and Melvin Reitzel will come on to kick it away at 4th and 24. And they got to be careful here because Brian Armstrong showed his speed and his athleticism making that catch on the touchdown, and he stands at midfield as we have a flag fly. And it's another false start against the offense. So that'll back him up a little bit more, and Reitzel will be standing in his end zone.
So you have to believe that Antonian's going to have really good field position again. We saw what they did on the short field the last time they had the football.
Armstrong now standing in Sam Houston territory, and this one goes off the side of his foot for Reitzel. Checks up at about the 33, 34-yard line, and Antonian will have another great opportunity to score here before the end of the first quarter. That brings us to our San Antonio All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy. It's underway. Register your squad to win a $1,000 or $500 cash grant and to cheer at the All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome on January the 4th. Just go to CW35.com. Sam Houston cheerleaders having a good time out here tonight. It's a Gold's Gym 1st down as back into the game is Khalil Warfield. He turns and hands to Chance Felix, who picks up a nice chunk there.
I've seen Chance Felix on both sides of the ball. Kind of go by committee with Antonian. They got Aeneas Graves, Nick Farmer, a bunch of guys that can carry the load. Chance has got some quicks and got some really good vision. We saw a little bit of that on that run right there.
So it's 2nd down and 4 for Warfield. He's got Will Fertitta back there with him. Fakes that way, throws back, and it's dropped. It's behind. No, they're going to call it incompletion. Chance Felix, a little dangerous there. Could have been ruled a fumble had it gone backwards. So we show you our Smile Cam, brought to you by Go Public. You're looking at the Go Public Smile Cam as everybody enjoying a nice cloud-covered, cool night if you're out there in the breeze.
Everybody having a good time tonight.
I'll tell you what, at 5:30, I thought we were going to bake out here, but the clouds rolled in, and it's a nice evening for football. 3rd and 4. Khalil keeps it, and Warfield gets the 1st down and a few more, and they'll move the sticks for another 1st down.
Really running with a purpose, yeah. That's 2 drives in a row now. Antonian's kind of chewing it up. Khalil doing a really nice job there, finding his little gap and then running with authority and finishing off that run.
First down for Warfield, looks right, completes it, and it's Armstrong again. And he's inside the Army red zone. Having a big night here tonight is Brian Armstrong.
And Darius Govan doing a really nice job of tracking that one down. That one might have gone all the way. Got to stay after it.
Impressive angle from our angle that he completed that ball. Had some defenders right in his face. And we're going to tick down to the end of the first quarter. And Antonian is going to take a 6-0 lead into the second, and they are moving it again. The Apaches threatening when we come back. Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Time for our first quarter highlights, brought to you by Mission Discount Water Softeners. Of course, the highlight of the night, a 4th and 4 conversion. Zach Schwalen hooks up with Brian Armstrong. He takes it the distance, 36 yards. Good outstretched hands for the score, and that gives Antonian a 6-0 lead. But again, we switch ends of the field, and the Apaches threatening again. They've got 2nd down and 4, knocking on the door at the 15. Warfield, inside handoff, Chance Felix again. He gets 2. That's going to set up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Sam Houston really likes their defensive line, really stacking it up right there. Romeo Lasoya, the 2nd-year starter, good-sized guy. Run a 3-4 Sam. And kind of put their defense here in a tough bind to start this football game in terms of field position, but see what they can do here on 3rd down.
Again, 3rd and 3. Warfield's got Felix and Fertitta, and Warfield keeps himself. And we've got a flag coming from the umpire. Looked like the ball may have fallen out as well, but this may be a hold or a face mask on Warfield. The umpire was definitely fired up about something.
So was big number 90, Ivan Reed.
Sure enough. Number 11 came in there, Darius Govan, and he may have grabbed him. Looks like Art was blocked, but yeah, 90 was the player with the Ivan Reed. Yeah.
Yeah, Ivan's a really good football player, Don. He's going to Prairie View right now. And just a really, and here's another guy shine in front of the cameras earlier this week. I mean, you could tell he's one of the leaders of this team, and yeah, just one of those things. He was trying to make a play. He was going for the ball and just accidentally got his hand there in the face mask.
1st and 5, whistle blows as Sam Houston jumped from the edge. They're going to call it on Antonian, kind of encouraged him to jump. Right-hand side of that Antonian offensive line. Apache's looking to take a 2-score lead.
Yeah, just one of those tough breaks, you know. You got a kid that's going in there trying to strip the football and trying to grab for the football, accidentally got his hand on the face mask.
First and goal, Felix in there with Fertitta in the backfield. Warfield rolls, finds Fertitta, and he's going to have a touchdown for Antonian. Nice little play, little fake and roll, and he's not the owner of the Houston Rockets, but it is a Fertitta, and it's a touchdown for Will, the junior fullback.
Well, Adrian Hilliard for Sam Houston almost made this play, jumped up, tried to get in the line of the throw, almost was able to knock it away, but just a better throw on the part of the Antonian quarterback that's headed to UTEP.
So Diego will kick it up. Missed his first one. Second one is good, and so it's 13-0 Antonian with the lead over Sam Houston. Hurricanes have had a hard time moving the football. They've been in their own end all game long. We'll see if they can change that fortune when we come back. Welcome back. The Children's Hospital of San Antonio again sponsoring our $5,000 band grant. It's all based on votes, so get your phones out and vote for your favorite band. Text Band 3 to 44332 for Antonian or Band 4 for Sam Houston. The $5,000 band grant made possible by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. See members of the Antonian band. Woo, I bet you they're burning up in those outfits. It's a whole classic band uniform. Sam Houston chilling out. They've got, more of a weather-friendly look going. Cotton T-shirt. Back in the day when they would wear the big felt hats and long sleeves.
Yeah, a little warm for that tonight.
Chin straps.
We'll see it probably before the year's out there.
All right, so Diego Arteaga will kick deep to Lation Jones and Jonathan Franklin Ross. Both kicks have gone to Jones so far. And this time it'll be Ross. Got some room in the middle, trying to break it outside. It's a little bit of a block, and now turns on the speed, gets all the way to the 31-yard line. Nice return by Jonathan Franklin Ross as we send it down to Zach Hedrick. Zach?
Hey, Don, joined now by Riley Walker with San Antonio Sports to tell us about the All Cheer Challenge. Riley, tell us, what is that and what's it all about?
The Cheer Challenge is basically a way for cheer squads to cheer on national television and win some money. We've got registrations going on now until October 3rd. After that, the votes will open up, and last year we had about 49,000 votes, so it's a pretty popular event.
And when is the Cheer Challenge? You got till October 3rd, right, to register. When is that actually going to go on? That isn't for a few months now.
Correct. So the Cheer Challenge, they'll be able to cheer at the National All-American game or the High School All-Star Football game. That game is January 5th in the Alamo Dome. Both games are. And how you register is by going to cw35.com.
Again, got till October 3rd to do that, cw35.com. And I understand it's a pretty special day in the Walker household as well. A little special something you want to say there.
That's right. It's my dad's birthday. Pops, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day.
Happy birthday, Dad. Guys, back up to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Riley. Flag flies on this great run by Faison Reese. We'll sort it out. It's an illegal block in the back on 77, who claims innocence.
Well, this is just a dynamic run by Faison, obviously. I mean, really, first of all, you got like the play call, go a little misdirection, and then got a little chip right there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a back.
They had a couple of really tough penalties last week, Don, that really hurt them. One on a touchdown that got called back, and then one when they got a big stop on third down that gave the opposition a fresh set of downs. They were able to go down and score a touchdown. So, obviously we're still in the early parts of the season, and Sam Houston's working on some things. I mean, their offensive line, they're still trying to figure out who are the best guys to put up there early on in the season. They lost 3 starters from a year ago, including their center. So they're kind of playing mix and match, but you can see here in the early going that they get some of these players with their hands on the football. They're looking to get a home run every time they touch it.
Yeah, 2nd down and 9 now for Citizen, and you can tell some of these kids have obviously had a lot of success at the Pop Warner and middle school levels, just using their speed and talent to run around and beat people and cut things back across the grain. I'm sure that Coach Schultz wants them to just stick their head down and pick up as much as they can without the potential of a massive negative yardage, but you can't blame them for trying to make something out of nothing.
No doubt. Talking to Coach Schultz this week, I mean, he says if we can just figure out a way to clean up some of this stuff, he really feels like he's got a good football team this year, just like last year.
Another penalty, 2nd and 14. Piggy carries it for a couple, but it'll set up another 3rd and long as we talk about Piggy Anderson. And look, you gotta love a kid that wants to go to North Texas. Right? I mean, that's just called good taste.
Yeah.
Or TCU, yeah. I mean,
I'm guessing the check for North Texas would be a little easier to write than the one for TCU, but
this kid may be on scholarship academically.
Yeah, no doubt.
3.7 GPA.
What a great kid. I was taking pictures of him before the game. He asked me if I got a good one.
Citizen scrambling. He's going to cut it back, and he's got Devin Grant in his face, and he's just going to unload. Again, no receivers in the area and no flag. And Van Fushak is asking what he's got to do to get a grounding call here. His man Grant doing everything he can to disrupt it and cause this play.
You talk about a nightmare for Raymond Citizen. I mean, you're scrambling to one side, you cut back the other way, and all of a sudden you got Devin Grant right in your face, and they make acquaintances pretty quickly right there. Yeah. Tell you what, you talk about Devin Grant, and deservedly so for the work that he's done already this year, but McGrath and Alanis and anybody else that they've got in the backfield's really done a nice job.
Reitzel with a shank off the right side of his foot. It's going to roll out of bounds for about a 12-yard punt, and so Antonian will have another chance with really good field position inside Sam Houston territory as we go back down to the sidelines and Zach Hedrick.
Hey guys, temperatures are still pretty nice and cool down here, and the winds died down a little bit. Tell you the last thing on that Sam Houston offensive play, Coach Schultz was asking the referee about a targeting call, just taking a look at it. So things to look at, but tempers and everything like that are still pretty mild down here, guys.
Yep, I think both coaches were fired up. Van wanted a grounding call. Schultz thought his QB was targeted. And Sam Houston will take a timeout to reset their defense, and we'll take it with them. Antonian on top of Sam Houston on a great night for football. You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights on the CW35. We're back with Smile Cam, our Go Public Smile Cam. Appreciate them sponsoring that, highlighting all of these great fans. Go Public, good sponsor of not only Thursday Night Lights, but our San Antonio lifestyle shows as well. David Chancellor always brings you those great stories about kids doing well, part of the Go Public campaign. First down and 10, and a straight fly route, and it's broken up. So Felix over there, who had actually it's Armstrong who had a chance at it. Good coverage. Lamar Miller on the coverage.
Yeah, ball was floated pretty nicely out there. Lamar Miller doing a really good job running with the receiver stride for stride. And again, Antonian with his field position. Must be nice.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Warfield keeps, and he's met right in the middle by your man Reed.
Ivan the Terrible. There he is. Big number 90.
Warfield got more a 9-0 than he wanted right there. And Chuck, you said just what a great and engaging young man Ivan Reed is.
Oh yeah, you could tell, natural born leader. I mean, look at this guy, likes to write poetry and write music too, so he's got a little bit of everything working for him and is ready to play college ball at the next level. He said he really enjoyed last year playing and winning on Thursday Night Lights, and said he enjoyed everybody just even saying his name on TV. He said he felt like it's going to get him ready for college.
3rd and 9, little floater out to Fertitta, and watch out, he's already scored 1 touchdown tonight. Fertitta inside the 10. It's coming back. Flag flies from the right side, and probably going to have another illegal block or a hold here. Let Charlie Wernette tell us what the penalty was. But a big gain for Antonian. Looks like it's going to be nullified.
We'll see what happens when these teams start using both sides of the field, right? Looks like you're going to go one way and go back the other. And both teams with some big plays already. Just working the sidelines on both ends.
Van's about to blow a gasket. They're going to call offensive pass interference on number 23. We'd have to take a look at it to see, but obviously Van Fushak does not agree with the call. He's had a tough night after that no grounding non-call. twice. It's fired up. Let's see what happened here. Don't see 23. I don't see 23 anywhere near the football.
It was 44 can run pretty quick.
And the thing was, the play went to the left side of the field, and the flag came all the way from the right side, Judge. Interesting.
Well, somebody saw something.
Somebody saw something. 3rd down and a mile. 3rd and 24 for Warfield and company. Fakes the handoff, play action, wants to go deep. Has a man single coverage, floats it out there, and it's broken up.
No.
Or did he catch it?
He caught
Touchdown. Armstrong, I thought for sure I saw that ball batted out of bounds.
Yeah, looked like Dijon Heights was right there. Well, what a beautifully thrown football.
We do have a flag down, 56 yards on the touchdown if it holds. But again, another flag, this time's thrown way in the backfield. Illegal man downfield. And so it's coming back. I got to see this again because I completely missed it, as everybody knows. But holy cow, how did 3 not make the play on Chance Felix?
Well, I mean, you just got to tip your cap to Khalil Warfield. I mean, you couldn't have dropped this one any better. Look at this, 2 defenders in the area and right on the money.
It surprised Felix as well, and I thought he had it broken up. Oh, nice off the deflection and one-handed from Brian Armstrong, but it's coming back. And in fact, Antonian loses a lot of yards. Instead of 3rd and 24, it's 3rd and 29. And you see Coach Van Fushak can't figure it out here tonight. Warfield going to keep on 3rd and 29 and spins. Still on his feet, picks up a little bit, but not enough. That'll set up 4th down.
Good job by Khalil Warfield right there. You know, just about 1 step away from possibly popping that sucker. Good tough running. Long way to go for him to pick up the sticks.
Van's not happy about the call. I am, because that's not a highlight anymore. That's just another play that will never see the light of day. Had he scored, I would be in big trouble for missing that call.
It's all right, dude. I got the old peepers too. You're in good company.
I'm gonna get an optometrist sponsorship sold soon to help me out. Ball's kicked down inside the 20-yard line, but there is another flag. And Charlie Wernette says it's against Antonian again. You can read Van's lips. What in the... I don't mean to laugh at Van, but you can read his lips. He said, what in the H is going on? He's really had it with these officials here tonight.
Yeah, you're not laughing at him, you're laughing with him. Although
he's not laughing.
laughing.
Van's been a good friend for many, many years, and he'll laugh too when he sees this tape and hears us laughing.
Oh, we might get a call.
Eventually. It's 4th and 28 now. And this is a high short kick. Sam Houston's just going to get away from it and let it die. And then he picks it up. And a nice play by the alert young man, Layshan Jones. Taking a gamble and picking up some yardage as we will be back in 30 seconds.
At San Antonio International Airport, we don't just make flying easier, we make it an experience. Take advantage of the galleries at SAT or SAT Live, where we feature local San Antonio artists and performers to enhance your traveling experience. We have nursing stations, pet relief stations, and of course our world famous ambassadors, all here to make your traveling experience better. Fly easier, fly San Antonio.
First down pass attempt incomplete for Raymond Citizen. Good coverage by Castro there as you take another look at Devin Grant. Again, if you're just joining us, he's a very talented Division I prospect, committed to Colorado verbally. Never know what's going to happen there with other schools coming in. But he comes off that edge with authority. Inside handoff, and watch out, Piggy on the loose. And he loses the ball at the end of the run. Antonian's got it. Piggy Anderson with a nice run, says he's down. Jake McGrath came up with the recovery. Piggy thought he was down, but I don't know, Chuck, what'd you think? I thought it may have been out.
You know, it's hard to tell, but we're going to find out right here. Knee was down and the ball comes out. He was right.
Boy, it was bang, bang. This angle will be better. He still got it. Knees down, and he still had it, I think. Boy, it was close. Really close. These officials don't have the luxury of replay.
Yeah, I'm just glad he was able to live to fight another down. It looked like he got a little twisted up with his legs and guys barreling all over him, so.
Another big break for Antonian, and make sure you stick around for our Lockaway Storage halftime show. That's coming up in 5 minutes and 18 seconds of clock time. You'll hear from both bands. We'll also have our Scholar Athletes of the Week. That's coming up on the Lockaway Storage halftime show.
Yeah, it's like a double bummer for Sam Houston. You know, you have next to nothing going for you here in the first half offensively. Finally get a really nice explosive play and then get a little more adversity going against you where you don't get a call. But such is life. Still early in the game, and now the defense is going to be asked to get another stop.
By the way, spoiler alert, I'm really looking forward to the musings of the uniforms are tonight in the fourth quarter. Just a preview. Just giving you a heads up. First down and 10, 5:18 to go. Here's Warfield, throws it in the flat. It's dropped as Felix couldn't hang on. Set up second down and long.
Yeah, it's really not his fault. You know, it's tough to get a rhythm play like that when the ball's thrown at your heels.
He just left it a little low for him.
Yeah, a lot low, and as a consequence, it's incomplete, and they're looking at 2nd and 10.
Felix, one of those guys that goes both ways. Very talented, junior, 5'9", 175. Seen him make plays on both sides of the ball tonight. So they split out Armstrong to the right-hand side. Felix and Nixon to the left. And they'll run Felix out of the backfield. He's got some space, still on his feet across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That'll set up third down and manageable right at about 5 yards.
You know, Chance is a thick little ball player, but you know, Van was telling us during the week, I mean, this is a young man that really reads blocks well, has good vision and some quicks. And boy, that should have been a 2-yard loss, but his ability made it instead of 3rd and forever. It's going to be 3rd and sort of manageable here.
Cole Zay splits wide right. Out there with him is Isaiah Ramirez. Felix in the slot. Instead, Warfield goes to the other side and right through the hands of Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, that was a play that obviously worked for a touchdown early in this game, and Armstrong doing a really good job getting separation at the line of scrimmage. You just couldn't quite bring it in.
So Antonian will punt it away after a very entertaining drive where they had huge plays and then penalties.
You really can't say enough good things about the job the Sam Houston defense has done early on in this football game. We've talked about Antonian working with a short field pretty much most of the night, but they've held their own.
Cole Zay with the punt. Lation Jones is going to be brought back at the 25-yard line, but we have a flag down, and it's going to be another false start, this time on Antonian. And Schultz is going to, I think, back him up and make him play it over. Always want to do that, especially when you have guys like Lation Jones and these incredible athletes who can turn nothing into something.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about the size of these two football teams, it's not like, you know, some of these big 6A teams where you see the teams that stretch seemingly from end zone to end zone. But these guys, they got some big kids on both teams and some kids that can really run too. I think it's interesting watching how both teams are able to utilize their athletes in a positive way.
A lot of size on both teams. This punt, take a hop. Picking it up is Dejan Heights, and he goes forward to about the 33-yard line.
Tell you what, he gets an A for bravery, that's for sure.
They've got a few of those guys tonight.
I'm telling you, man, there's
up
like
on the hop.
5 guys barreling down on you, and he's going to pick it up and try to make a play anyway.
You know, we got this great program that San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are recognizing. The teams that have gone and exhibited key values with their actions. They're going beyond the game. To learn how the parents and teachers and coaches can nominate those teams that go beyond the game, just visit sanantoniosports.org. Watch the halftime show, and you'll see the teams that are going beyond the game. 1st and 10. Gold's Gym first down for Citizen, going deep over the middle.
Oh.
Got a man, and almost coming up with it was Ross. Jonathan Franklin Ross, the senior. We called his name a lot last year. He was a first-team all-district performer.
Look at Raymond Citizen hang in there and throw a dime with Grant barreling down on him. Almost made the connection there. That was really good job of hanging in the pocket and knowing you're going to take a shot. Almost was able to pick up a really nice gain on that play.
Ross is averaging 55 yards a catch this season. 2 catches for 111 yards as they hand inside, and a nice strong run. Is that Ronald Wilson? They told us about him early tonight, and sure enough, getting his first touch, maybe his second, and it's a nice tough run for a first down.
Yeah, they got Ronald, they got Faison. They got some guys that can tote the rock. Jonathan Franklin Ross, who's also the backup quarterback. They got some guys that can get it and go.
Citizen looking to his right, wants to go deep. 2 flags fly, and so that'll be a hold on that Sam Houston offensive line as Devin Grant is giving people fits.
Yeah, and he's getting some help too, but you're right. I mean, his first step is really electric.
It's coming from the other side of the line. That'll back him up.
You know, Don, on the back end too, you got Arteaga, Strode, Armstrong, Castro, those guys really doing a solid job on the back end. I mean, there was nowhere, and I'm talking nowhere for Raymond Citizen to throw the football on that one.
Yeah, and you could tell he almost let it go. He wanted the big deep ball over the middle. Instead, it's 1st and 20. Ross spins out of 1 tackle, but a good mob tackling group there by the Apaches to shut him down. It'll be 3rd down and 20.
These penalties have been really hard to overcome, really for both offenses.
Tick under 3 minutes here at SAISD Stadium. And Sam Houston only down 2 touchdowns with an opportunity here to get on the board before the end of the half. Just got to make sure they don't shoot themselves in the foot with penalties. And again, they're way behind the sticks here. 2nd and 18 for Raymond Citizen Jr. Man in motion. Instead, hands inside. Nice job of breaking tackles again is Ronald Wilson, who they need to incorporate him a little more. That kid's touched the ball twice tonight, both times nearly 10 yards.
He really has, and for the lack of a better term with Devin Grant in terms of beating a dead horse, I mean, this young man, when he's not getting up the field, did you see him shoot all the way across the diamond there and
he's just
make another play on the back end? Yeah, I mean, he hasn't quit. You're watching at home, he's the young man right there on the D-line at the bottom of your screen.
Citizen fires to the outside, overshoots his intended receiver, Dejan Heights. Incompletion, and that'll set up 4th down. And at this point in the ball game, with 1:57, Sam Houston just hopes they can get a decent punt off and keep Antonian off the board going into the halftime. Armstrong back to receive the punt. having a tough time tonight so far is Melvin Reitzel, hoping to get a clean one off his right foot on this punt.
There was a little bit of a breeze before the ball game, and watching both punters launch balls down the field, I mean, it's going to be tough to catch some of these balls, although that's a pretty good punt right there.
Got a good one right there, and Armstrong fair catches it at the 25. Antonian will have it there, but we want to tell you about our teacher spotlight. Our Go Public teacher spotlight is Veronica Marinas from Sam Houston. As you can read along with me, she's got a passion like none I've ever seen, says her principal. Her commitment to her students and Sam Houston community is evident as she consistently represents Sam Houston at the state level in the academic decathlon. So congratulations to Veronica Marinas of Sam Houston, our Go Public teacher spotlight of the game. Warfield, a keeper, broke the first couple of tackles, but then ran into some trouble because he ran into number 21, Melvin Reitzel, the punter, who made a nice play. Also along there was number 23, Zeke Rayfield.
Got to get some guys to the football, and Sam Houston's done a really good job of doing that so far in this football game.
Inside of 2 minutes. Got the explosive players that can make big-time plays in Armstrong and Van Fushak wants to talk it over and save some clock time, and he wants to see if his boys can punch it in before halftime. Gives us time to talk about our fantastic schedule this year, man. We were so fired up with the season. We're going to see so many good players and teams. Next week, how about this one? Smithson Valley and Madison, two juggernauts in the San Antonio area. Bernie and Harlandale, Veterans Memorial, and is going to make some noise in the playoffs this year against Brack. In district play with Brennan and Marshall, Southside and Johnson. We're going out to Bernie to see Champion take on Uvalde. First time the Coyotes have ever been on TNL. East Central against Judson, the #1 team in town. They've got some special Division I talent. So does O'Connor, as always, and they're going to be taking on Stevens to end the season. And that game right there may decide not only a district championship or not only a playoff spot, but maybe a district championship as well.
And you had Coach Baser and Johnny Rodriguez from Brennan on your early show today. It was good to see those guys. Hello.
Player of the week. Just through the hands of Maddox McDonald, and it's one of those old coaching, teaching points. Look it in before you turn your head to look what's ahead.
Well, they've had a couple of really nice play designs Van Fushak's squad has had. And boy, if you could just see that one, and I don't have to tell you what's going to happen there. The band's going to be breaking out. And you get some of those moments in these football games, you got to take advantage, and that's what Coach Fushak's thinking about right now. Had a chance to hit a home run right there.
Scoreboard issues right now, but they'll throw it out here on 3rd down. And another penalty flag flies as we have some sort of illegal block.
Yeah.
As Chance Felix got near the stick, but again, that's coming back. And the penalties tonight have been maybe a record. It's only week 2, though, so things getting a little sloppy. And I think that will be a coaching point for both coaches in the locker room at halftime. About cleaning up the opportunities. Both teams playing behind the sticks because of false starts and blocks in the back.
Well, Zeke Rayfield from Sam Houston, they had to block him in the back because he was going to throw that for a loss. So good job by that young man kind of blowing that play up.
Van's telling his quarterback, Khalil Warfield, to just wait. He wants to run this thing as much out as possible and get to the locker room. He's not looking to score anymore unless they pop one here on this run by Felix, and he stopped right there. Good surge by the front 4 of the Sam Houston defense, and I'm not sure Van wants to snap it. Sam Houston could burn a timeout here, but they don't have any, so that'll take us to the half.
Romeo Lasoya and company doing a really good job. I mean, again, this Sam Houston team really, their defense has been operating with its back against its own goal line pretty much the entire first half, and I think they've done an outstanding job of bowing up.
Yeah, Antonian leads it 13-0, but Sam Houston has played very well. Both sides of the ball just have had some missed opportunities. We could have anything happen here. Chuck, we were in this very press box, weren't we, when Burbank scored 37 in the third quarter in a game they were down 21-0 at half? When I come here, that's what I think about.
I mean, that was clearly an all-timer, but the problem for me is that I think that it was last year, maybe the year before.
It was 10 years ago?
It was probably 30 years ago, right?
Chris Coffins will know. Chris, how many years ago was that Burbank game? 5? Chris says 5, sure. He doesn't know. I think it was about 5 years ago. But, man, every time I come to the stadium, that's what I think about. So don't go anywhere. It's 13-0. We've seen many things happen crazier than that. Let's go down to Zach, who's standing by with Coach Schultz. Zach?
Walking over to us right now, Coach Schultz, tough first half. He had a lot of laundry out there, but saw you talking with the officials there. But your offense was moving the ball. Just that's when the penalty monster came out. What do you keep telling your offense?
Well, we got to stop making silly mistakes. We made way too many mistakes, and that's on me. And kids, we got to figure out that hey, they changed up a little bit of stuff that we saw on film and the little things, and we didn't make adjustments quite as quick as we needed to. We're gonna go in at halftime, make these adjustments, and we've kind of figured it out a little bit here in the second quarter and everything. So we're sitting 13-0, and hopefully we can come out, get moving, and get back in this ball game.
Thanks, Coach. We'll let you get to it. Good luck in the second half.
Melvin Schultz. Hey, when we come back, it's time for our Lockaway Storage halftime show. You'll see both bands here from our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back. Antonian leads it 13-0 over Sam Houston on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.
Welcome to the Lockaway Storage halftime show.
13-0 our halftime score, and right now joined with Sergeant First Class Jaime Roman and young men in the Army here, and little hometown. You used to grow up on this field.
Definitely, yeah. Born and raised in San Antonio, southeast side. Graduated from Highlands High School, class of 2008. Go Owls. It feels good coming back to San Antonio. Home crowd, I used to play on these fields all the time, soccer, some football. It feels good to be back here in San Antonio.
Sergeant Roman, a lot of talent on the field tonight, guys who are playing at the next level and everything, but it's also lots of skills exhibited and characteristics that you guys look for in the Army, right?
Definitely, a lot of talent on the field right now. Big thing that we do in the United States Army is train, coach, and mentor, and that's what we're out here to do. We're out here to train, coach, and mentor these young men, these young women, these young people of San Antonio community and the United States to be productive members of society, not only in the community but within the United States as well. We look for the brightest. Wars are always wanted where we're at right now in the United States Army.
Sergeant Roman, how is it if people coming out to the games tonight or they're looking for more info, where do they go? You guys are here at every Thursday Night Lights game this season.
Definitely. It's awesome being out here. It's great that we're partnered with the Thursday Night Lights. We're going to be out here every Thursday at every football game, so catch us here. You can catch us at any recruiting station around the local area of San Antonio. Visit us at any booth that you see us at within the area at any Thursday night football games. That's how we're going to be, and that's how we get everything done around here.
You can also get information on your phone, right? There's something that you can text?
Definitely, yeah. So we have a nice text code that you can send to, and the code is QS34 at Go Army. So that's QS34 at GOARMY. And you text that, put some information in, and then boom, you got the information that you need for the United States Army.
Sergeant Jaime Roman, thank you so much for your service, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Zach.
Don, back to you.
Zach, thank you so much. All right, y'all. The Antonian Marching Band is about to take the field. And the Antonian Marching Band is made up of 30 students, and they are under the direction of band director Jason Smith. He's assisted by Christina Hinojosa and Samantha Villarreal. Now this year's drum major is Christian Calzada. The band will be performing at the new Vietnam Veterans Memorial Museum on October 11th, as well as the Drums Along the Medina marching contest and the TAPS State marching contest later in the month of October. The mighty Apache Band has performed all kinds of events around San Antonio, including the Star Spangled Banner at a Spurs game. They did a halftime at a Commanders game last year. And, of course, the San Antonio Car and Auto Show, not to mention multiple restaurant openings and more still later to come this year. So be on the lookout for the Apache Band in the entire San Antonio community working it. And once again, we have teamed up with the Children's Hospital of San Antonio to award a $5,000 band grant to one of the bands that appears on Thursday Night Lights during the course of the season. And remember, it's all based on your voting. So it's time to get on your phone and make some of this happen. If you want to vote for the Antonian Band, text BAND3 to 44332. That's BAND3, no spaces, to 44332. Complete texting guidelines, please visit CW35.com. Of course, we want to thank the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for once again making the $5,000 band grant possible.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. This week, we salute two schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Last December, Tex Hill Middle School female athletes sponsored a holiday drive in support of A World for Children, a local foster care agency that offers services to children to ensure they live in a safe and caring environment. The team fulfilled each child's wish list with gifts during the holiday season. Last school year, the O'Connor boys soccer team collected blankets for the Fisher House, a home where military and veterans families can stay while loved ones are receiving medical treatment. The team was able to contribute more than 100 blankets. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of sportsmanship, selfless service, caring, integrity, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Hey, it's time to recognize tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each week we'll highlight one student from each school playing on TNL. At the end of the year, one of these students gets a $10,000 scholarship thanks to Vulcan Materials Company. Let's meet this week's students.
Hi, I'm Alexis Haidala, and I go to Antonian College Preparatory High School.
Alexis is a senior and team captain of the volleyball team. She'll graduate in the spring with a 99.3 GPA.
I think the lessons that I take over is to always just strive to be the best, especially in math. That's like my favorite subject.
A four-year starter on the volleyball team, she helped Antonian win the state championship back in 2017.
If nobody was playing for themselves, everybody was just playing for each other, just having fun with the game.
Outside of the court and classroom, Alexis is a member of the Political Awareness and Interact Service Clubs. She and her family put on a carnival, offering games, clothing, and toys for the kids at St. PJ's Children's Home.
Basically, we just go and interact with them and just try to get their minds off of all of the trauma and stuff that's been going on in their life and just let them have fun.
Alexis hopes to further her volleyball career in college and study astronomy. Cindy Sandalski and the folks at Vulcan Materials are recognizing an outstanding kid like Alexis Hairala.
Alexis, congratulations for being this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Davis and I go to Sam Houston High School.
Aaliyah is a senior and will graduate next spring with a 98.1 grade point average. She's a four-year member of the Hurricane volleyball team.
I like the competition in that particular sport, and then it's like Like when you're playing volleyball, you don't think about nothing. You just release everything onto the ball, and it's just like, it's a fun way to do it.
Aaliyah was elected as the senior class president by her peers. She's also a member of student council. Outside of school, Aaliyah volunteers at several food and clothing drives through her church. And during the holidays, she organizes a toy drive with her classmates.
Just the like joy it brings to the kids' face, like how they light up when we give them the toys and stuff. It's just so cool.
Aaliyah is still applying to colleges while narrowing down her choices.
Right now, I'm looking at PV, TSU, and UNT so far. And I want to go into medicine. I want to be an obstetrician. I just like helping people. And I figured like that's the best way for me to do it.
Aaliyah, congratulations on being this week's Vulcan Materials Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Who is Vulcan Materials Company? You see our trucks on roads all over San Antonio and the surrounding area. But what do? Well, our story began over 100 years ago. And today we are the nation's largest producer of aggregates. That's stone, sand, and gravel. Plus, we produce construction-based materials including asphalt and ready-mixed concrete. The stuff to build the roads you travel, the schools your kids attend, and the homes you live in. Everywhere you look, you will see our footprint. Our story is one built on the talent, dedication, and performance of our employees. Hardworking San Antonians just like you. Our mission is to be responsible stewards with respect to the safety and environmental impact of our operations and products. In other words, we want to be your good neighbor, doing the right thing, the right way, all the time. The Vulcan way. Who are we? We're the ones helping to build a rock-solid future in San Antonio. Vulcan Materials Company, proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights and Scholar Athletes.
Welcome back, everybody. The Sam Houston High School Marching Band, always one of the best in town. They're made up of 32 students, and they're under the direction of Bruce Adams, who is their band director. And he is assisted by 3 fantastic assistants, including Tierras Majors, Khalil Deonda, and Marie Hernandez. The drum majors this year are Donovan Hutchins and Peyton Gago. In the past 7 years, over 40 Sam Houston students have received music scholarships to attend college. Not a surprise. Their music program and their band always, as I said, one of the best that we see. Hey, as Chuck told you earlier, we have teamed up with the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, and we're going to give a $5,000 band grant to one of the bands that comes on TNL this year. And it's all based on your votes. So if you want Sam Houston to get that $5,000 band grant, you got to get out your phone and you got to make it happen. And you're going to forget. So do it now. If you like Sam Houston and you want to vote for him, don't wait. Yeah, I like Sam Houston, I'll vote tomorrow. Text Band 4 right now to 44332. If you like Antonian, vote for them too. But for complete texting guidelines, you can go to our website, thecw35.com. And we'd like to thank our sponsor for this event, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Been a loyal sponsor to TNL for many years. And they're back this year with the $5,000 band grant, and they make it all possible. So congratulations to kids on both schools, Antonian and Sam Houston. Not just featuring the football players on the field, but also the kids in all of the spirit groups, cheerleaders, pep squads, ROTC, and of course, these kids in the band who do such a great job. When we come back, we'll have the Antonian Apaches up 13-0, and Sam Houston, second half action straight ahead.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the game. Just have a quick question for you. Have you become a crew member yet? Well, if not, what's taking you so long? All you need to do is go to crew, text crew 44332, and you can go ahead and get not only inside info on our station, but also win great prizes. That's right, anywhere from concert tickets, sporting event tickets, as well as amazing giveaways. So again, to become a member, all you have to do is go to crew, text 44332, and then who knows, you might be our next winner. All right, guys, see you and enjoy the game.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. The Antonian Apaches lead Sam Houston 13-0, and at last check, Van Fushak's blood pressure has gone down at least 40 points on each side. As you can see, he's smiling. Hey, right now it's time for our halftime highlights, brought to you by Mission Discount Water Softeners. And two big plays for the Apaches. The slant to Brian there. I called him Byron, but the guy's so good, we need to make sure we get his name right.
Yeah, really good job on 4th down, getting separation, and then got to 6.
Brian Armstrong on the touchdown. And then rolling out is our man, number 44, Fertitta. No relation, we don't think, to the Rockets owner, Will Fertitta, with that touchdown. And Sam Houston trailing now 13-0, but they're getting ready to come out fired up. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. Welcome back. It's 13-0 Antonian, and they will get the ball back. As it is now time for our San Antonio Police Department kickoff. Visit sapdcareers.com. Melvin Reitzel kicking it away. Amari Williams, rather. Nick Farmer and E.S. Gray back, and that's Farmer, who gets to the 20-yard line, and that's where Khalil Warfield and company will have the football. But first, let's go down to Zach and get his thoughts on what Coach Fushak had to say.
Hey, Don and Chuck, you mentioned that Coach Fushak's blood pressure may have been going down. You saw him smiling. Well, unfortunately, I may have brought it back up. He said that they should have been 27-0 going into the half. Just too many mistakes, and you can't do that when you're playing a skilled team like Sam Houston. So they're looking for more execution going into the second half, guys.
All right, thanks a lot. 1st and 10, Warfield looking to throw to his left, running for his life. Now buys some time, running out of real estate. Now will just dance out of bounds, and it'll be a loss on the play. And good pressure by the Sam Houston defense. Big number 90, Ivan Reed, doing his job as we take a look at the first half stats. Chuck, as you would expect, Antonian leading most of the stats, but you can tell it's a pretty close ball game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing you got to really circle is the fact that look at the total yards. I mean, both of these defenses have done a fantastic job in this game. It also accentuates the fact that both of these teams are really working with a lot of new guys on the offensive line. So these first few games of the season are very critical as they go into the big part or the meat of their schedule.
100 yards of penalties, and I think there's going to be more added to it right here.
And I think a lot of it too is, the fact that both of these defensive lines have done such a great job. I mean, the last play, great example. I mean, Ivan picks up a sack on that play, and these guys have done a really good job of not only playing both teams on the other end of the line of scrimmage, but also really containing on the outside as well.
Here's Warfield on the keeper. Gets back about 3. Ivan Reed again on the tackle, big number 90, the first team all-district player from a year ago. Talked about him, committed to Prairie View. Saw him halftime up close, and is he just a large human being?
He's a load. No question about it. They've got quite a few guys, though, that absolutely look the part. I mean, Romeo Lasoya, he's not exactly getting a lot of shade over there either.
3rd and 22. And again, pressure. And it's incomplete. So the Sam Houston defensive front getting it done again. How about the play by Darius Govan and Romeo Lasoya? They're in there with Ivan Reed, and they're all doing a great job.
Yeah, they really are. Not only that, they just sniffed that out. I mean, they look like they knew that Antonio was going to try to run some sort of bubble action over on the right side, and there was just really nowhere to go with the football. So a huge stop, and Sam Houston now getting a chance to tilt the field for the first time in this game.
Isaiah Ramirez will punt it away to Lation Jones. Jones will pick it up on a hop, try to get outside, cuts it back inside, and dives ahead for about 4. And Sam Houston will have good field position inside Antonian territory when we come back. Welcome back. Antonian leads Sam Houston here. Early third quarter action. The Hurricanes have it back. That means Raymond Citizen Jr. is in charge, number 1 there. And that means Devin Grant is again looking to pad his sack numbers. He's the defensive end closest to the screen. And Citizen keeps. Citizen down the sideline. Citizen a man to beat. And he's brought down inside the 10-yard line, inside the Army red zone. A Gold's Gym first down, and the Hurricanes are on the move.
Citizen raising Cane.
I like it.
Here we go.
I like
RPO. Decides to keep. Good decision and lots of green in front of him. Nice cutback going on the inside to pick up a few more.
Hands it inside to Piggy. And Anderson gets inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Told you not to go away. It makes it very interesting if they can get on the board here.
And we're seeing a lot of it. You know, we're going to see Piggy playing both sides of the ball. And really the goal at Sam Houston, kind of what we saw last week, Don, with Churchill and Clark. The goal is to have the best 11 guys on the field. So you're going to have a lot of guys going both ways. But it's really sporadic with Sam Houston because they don't want to gas them all early in the first half.
Citizen to the goal line. Dives for it. No signal yet. Don't know if he crossed the plane, and it looks like he stopped short inside the 1, right at about the 6-inch mark.
We're getting a chance to see Raymond Citizen at his finest, getting a little rhythm here on this drive. Great vision, smart with the football, good decision maker. First-year starter, really worked hard in the offseason to really learn this new offense. They're running a lot more veer stuff, but haven't seen it a lot tonight. Ball's loose.
Ball's out. And they got it back. I was going to say, what keeps you from not running that same play again? The direct snap to Citizen on the keep, because they really pushed the line there. And this play did not work.
Well, Antonian really stacking it up. I mean, look at that. 2 guys coming through unblocked, and really Sam had no chance there.
Keep it simple. Citizen on 4th and goal. He loses the snap again, and it's Antonian football. A huge missed opportunity for the Hurricanes. Is there a flag? Discussing something down there.
Well, we'll see, because obviously this would be a huge break for Antonian if it's going on, and I mean, if for Sam Houston, if it's on Antonian.
So
indeed it is.
Offside sets up 4th down and half the distance. And that changes everything. That's a huge penalty.
I mean, because either way, I mean, if you can't cash it in, you're really going to put your offense in a bind here inside the 5.
Citizen keeps, goes over the top. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Raymond Citizen Jr., and the Hurricanes are on the board.
Very tall young man, leaping high, a la Zeke Elliott. Trying to break the plane, going not over, not through, but over. Just was able to cash that baby in.
Nice job by Raymond Citizen Jr. to get Sam Houston into the end zone. And now they can make it very interesting if they convert this 2-point conversion. They fire in the flat, and it's a score for Ross. It's 13-8. Look out. Here come the Hurricanes. We're coming back right after this.
Jonathan Franklin Ross getting the 2.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Associated Collision Center, serving San Antonio since 1976.
We're back at the SAISD Sports Complex here in San Antonio as Sam Houston just got on the board and got it converted, a 2-point conversion. Jonathan Franklin Ross with the conversion to close the gap to 13-8. And Sam Houston will now kick it away. Amari Williams will kick off to Nick Farmer and Aeneas Gray back deep. And all of a sudden, some new life in these Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, right? You get one big explosive play, it kind of gets everybody fired up. They're able to cash it in, and a really good job by the blossoming front of the Sam Houston Hurricanes, left to right. Charles Russell, Amir Lee, Desrick Morgan, Darian Lee, Chris Sanchez. And they've got some senior guys backing them up as well. And I was talking to Coach Schultz this week, and he said, man, I'm really worried about what I'm going to have next year. Going to have a bunch of youngins up front.
Here's Farmer, still on his feet. A big collision coming from the backside across the 25 to the 27, and we go down to the sidelines and Zach Hedrick.
Hey, Don, thanks very much. I'm joined now with Jason Smith, the head band director at Antonian Preparatory High School. Jason, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Jason, tell us about the program this year, what the show that you all are putting on, and what did y'all have on the field tonight?
Yeah, the show that we're putting on this year is called Into the Heart of the Machine, kind of about artificial intelligence and kind of the takeover of that technology in our world. I think it's pretty up to date with what the world is doing right now.
And Jason, I know it's pretty tough. You know, you're juggling school, band practice, the heat as well. How much of the show do you have on the field so far?
So far, we have our first movement, and we'll have our second movement on the field next week by our homecoming game.
Jason, and real quick too, contest season coming up pretty soon?
Yes, sir. Contest season coming up early October. We'll be at the Drums Long Medina contest at Southwest High School, competing against the public schools, which is real good for us as a private school to get that kind of exposure and competition. And then we'll do our TAPS state contest later in November up in Midland, Texas.
Jason, good luck this season. Thank you so much for the time. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Zach. Huge play while you were interviewing the band director. Latravius Reed with the Oski, the interception. Backup quarterback Zach Schwalen was in. He lofted it up there, and coming up with it was Reed.
Yeah, just stripped him. Got it, stole it, my football.
Watch this. You go block for me. Get ahead of me.
Yeah.
The patience there. Go block in.
They've got some veteran DBs. I mean, Latravius is a 3-year starter, and they really like what they've got on the back end. And boy, that was a huge play, and all of a sudden you could feel Uncle Mo shifting to the side of the Sam Houston sideline.
Absolutely. A first down and 10 near the red zone. Sam Houston with the sudden change, and all of a sudden Raymond Citizen Jr. and his crew feeling pretty confident here. This Gold's Gym first down. You send it inside to Piggy Anderson, and he's fighting for every inch. He picks up about 2 or 3. Didn't see a flag at the end of that play. Looked like Antonian wanted one. A little extracurricular, not enough for a penalty. Set up second down and 7 after the gain of 3 by Anderson.
Yeah, we're getting down to the point in the game where you're in a 1-score game and guys are fighting.
Inside the Army red zone, splits out Dejon Heights to the right side with face-on Reese and Franklin Ross. Instead, he hands inside to Anderson, and he's drilled by Devin Grant coming off the edge. He picks up a nice yardage on it, but boy, that's going to hurt tomorrow.
Well, it's just amazing to watch this young man's first step. I mean, it's next level. There's no question. There's a reason why he's going to Colorado.
Manageable third down situation here at 3rd and 4, ball on the 9-yard line. Not sure what the kicking situation is for Sam Houston. This may be 2-down territory for him. Citizen running for his life, throws it, and it's intercepted. Coming up with it for Antonian is number 53, the kid that's not on our roster. Well, flag flies, and
Devin Grant's on your roster.
Yeah, did you see the push that he got up front to make that play happen?
Yeah, I did. I mean, that's just, again, I don't know what you do. It's just next level and then above the next level. He's already got a strip sack in this game, almost got him another one, but clearly forced the throw before the quarterback really wanted to get rid of it.
So it's a face mask on Sam Houston after the interception.
Watch 28.
That's just a missed assignment.
It is.
Nobody blocked him.
Yeah, got to make those plays, and he did. And then give him an assist.
So Citizen just needs to eat it and live for another day. So missed opportunity after the interception by Latravius Reed, and Antonian's got it back with first down and 10 at their own 27 and a 5-point lead. And just like that, Khalil Warfield is back in at quarterback. He'll keep it. Bounces off of Reed and picks up a first down. Flag flies at the end of that one too.
Tell you what, these boys are getting after each other, aren't they?
Yeah, it's ramped up. That one escalated quickly, as Ron Burgundy would say.
That's right.
So there's going to be a hold. Come back against Antonian.
Yeah, Ron Burgundy, that's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen, bro.
You know Randy Beamer, too.
You got to be impressed with both of these defensive lines tonight. I mean, they're both really doing the job. I mean, there's a reason we're sitting in a 13-8 football game right now. You know, last year Sam Houston got off to an 0-3 start in their pre-district schedule and were still able to resurrect and have a nice league play season and actually finish third in their district. So, you know, they use the time wisely here in the early part of the year to find out what they've got going into district.
Play action. Warfield going deep. Got his man again and almost coming up with a great play is Brian Armstrong. And he's cramping up a little bit. What a fantastic athlete Armstrong is. He's already made a couple of incredible catches tonight.
Yeah,
one of them called back.
And Latravius Reed once again, I mean, he's stride for stride with one of Antonian's best athletes.
Two great athletes going after
it. If he
it.
Turns around there at the end, he might have a chance to get a pick.
Just the hops that Armstrong showed going up to try to make that catch. Sets up 2nd down and 8 for Antonian. Ball on the 29. Throwing back to the other side, and he just, nobody in the area. Chance Felix was closest to it. But again, that one was going nowhere. And again, Sam Houston with a chance to get off the field with a good flip of the field position-wise, if they can keep Antonian from picking up the sticks here on 3rd and 8.
Well, you know, it's, again, really good play design. I mean, if they're able to connect on that, they got a chance to move the chains. But again, so many of these plays are rhythm-based, and sometimes, you know, you see some of the growing pains early on in a football season.
Going across the middle.
What a throw.
Complete.
Wow.
Caleb Castro after a dime from Warfield. Sam Houston questioning whether or not he caught it or not.
Tell you what, that ball was right on the money. But a good call by the back judge. Said it was incomplete. Put it about the only place he could put it.
Cole Zay in to punt it away. Lation Jones back to receive. And we've just gotten note that Isaiah Trujillo, who is wearing number 53 tonight, normally wears number 34. But he's made a couple of big plays tonight. I want to make sure we give credit to Isaiah. Jones will let it hop right there at the 35-ish. And Sam Houston will have a chance to drive for the lead. 5:58 to go here in the 3rd on TNL.
Thirteen to 8 with a little less than 6 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Joined now with Bruce Adams, the band director at Sam Houston High School. Bruce, thanks so much for joining us. Great halftime show, and a little bit different than some of the other high school bands in the area. You guys change out shows every so often. How many shows are you planning to do this year?
This year, minimum 4. Minimum 4 shows. We're kind of tired of this one here. We're ready to move on to something else.
That's got to be exciting though for the fans and for you guys as well. You get to put something new on the field every couple weeks.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the fans really like it. The kids even like it even more because, you know, like I said, after a couple of weeks of doing that, Miss Adam, let's get something else. sure, why not? And myself, I want to change it as well.
So football season's going on. It's competition season for the bands as well. That's the big time for them. What's the UIL show this year, Bruce, and what's that about?
We're calling it Girl Power. We haven't put it all together just yet, but it's going to be some good stuff coming from a couple of ladies, probably from the R&B world, and I'm still kind of putting the music together right now, but it's going to be really, really tight and powerful.
Hey, Zach, Bruce is my guy.
He's still writing it. He's still writing it. He gets up at 2 a.m. in the morning and he's writing it. So Bruce, when does competition season kick off for you guys?
Truthfully, and we'll do one more week, and then we're going to kick into competition season, kick into that mode for about 4 weeks. That's when the competition will go in. And so we're going to push it really, really hard to make sure we're doing what we need to do to be fine in competition. After that, once we go to UIL, whatever the outcome is, it's time to move it to the next show.
Gotcha. Well, Bruce, thank you so much for the time. We'll let you get back to it. We got a game here.
Got a game.
Bruce, thank you so much for the time.
All right.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Zach, keep Bruce handy because from what I understand, you are a former drumline guy, and I want you to get a drum and have Bruce grade you coming up later in the show.
Oh, man. They want me to dust off the drumline stuff here.
Come on. Yeah, and he's got to grade you. He's got to grade you. Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
It's part of the initiation, man.
That's right.
We're doing this thing. Get a drum. Bruce is going to grade you.
I got to warm up. 8 on a hand here. Here we go.
All right. Raymond Sisson with the incompletion as Sam Houston trying to get back in this ball game. 5 minutes to play here in the third. And it's now 2nd and 10. And we missed a play there with Devin Grant, who just really showed out.
Yeah, I mean, what's really interesting watching Devin Grant is, we were talking to Coach Schultz about this week. He said, you better block him. You better block him twice. And if you can't block him, you better run away from him. But, I mean, if you single up with this guy, I mean, it's just not fair. And what's interesting, too, talking with Coach Fushak about Devin is the fact that, he goes, just watching the young man interact with other kids, he goes, you never know that you've got this D1 kid on your campus. I mean, he interacts with everybody. He's super friendly. He's super humble, a little bit shy, and yet he says when you get on the football field, you figure out pretty quickly you got a D1er. So, I mean, all the makeup that you want, he's really showing out tonight, no question.
3rd and 7. Big conversion chance here for Sam Houston. They run it up the middle, and they're just not going to quite get there with Ronald Wilson. Kind of a bold call there to run it on 3rd and 7, but Wilson's been running tough, and they might be thinking it's 2-down territory here, although we see them running out their punter. Melvin Reitzel is out there to kick it away to. We'll see what they've got up their sleeve.
Yeah, this is one of those positions where your defense has done such a great job. If you pin them back there, you got a chance to get your offense right back on the field and hopefully working with a short field. But can't say enough about the job that some of these guys are having. Rayford for Sam Houston's having a heck of a game. I mean, that last play on 3rd down, they ran away from 28, which I would advise as well, but having some really good players, really good guys playing some really big games here on both sides of the ball. And I'm sorry, not Rayford. I mean, Aeneas Gray, 23. He's having a really nice game as well.
All right. So they'll punt it away with Melvin Reitzel kicking it to Brian Armstrong, and we've seen how electric he can be. Another good high kick from Reitzel, who had trouble earlier in the game.
Hello.
That's going to lead to a turnover, muffed by Armstrong and recovered by the Hurricanes. Magnus Kirby with the recovery, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Fly easier, fly San Antonio, where we have more than 50 food, beverage, retail, and service concessionaires for your traveling convenience, from national brands to local San Antonio favorites. Enroll in the SAT Rewards program, gain promotions, discounts, and points for every purchase. And your one boarding pass offers you access to every concessionaire in both terminals. Fly easier, fly San Antonio.
And we're back. Sam Houston with a little flare out here to the near side, and a short gain by Jonathan Franklin Ross. And major props to Melvin Reitzel. This is why you coach, right? I mean, kid had some just horrible shanks early in the first quarter, including a 12-yarder, and he has bounced back with a couple of booming punts, including that one that drew rain and made it a really difficult high read for Armstrong, and it ends up leading to a turnover. Piggy is going nowhere, although he does a great job of breaking the first tackle.
Look at
him fight. Holy cow, Piggy Anderson.
Well, you want another reason why this guy's the leader of this offense. Look no further than that last play right there. I mean, there's just no quitting this guy.
It's not the size of the piggy, it's the size of the fight. What is it? Not the size of the piggy in the fight,
I
but
thought you were going to do one little piggy, two little piggy.
Man, that kid was bringing it.
You know, his brothers either went through Wagner, or I think he still has a brother that plays at Wagner, but again, he came here for the magnet school and had a chance to see relatives. Good chance next week.
Citizen keeping, escaping, and then he's going to be dragged down. Nice tackle by 64. Christian Alaniz read that perfectly. Going to set up 4th down and 7. Who's going to take home the trophy is still to be decided. The Monarch trophies will be awarded to the winning team and the player of the game. The trophy's custom designed by Monarch Trophy Studio. If you're looking for trophies, plaques, custom engraving, call Monarch at 210-344-3777 or visit mtsawards.com. Monarch trophy going to the winner and the player of the game. But right now, Sam Houston trying to take the lead. 4th down and 10. They're going for it in Antonian territory. Citizen has time, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tough play for the intended receiver. That was face-on Reese, and he had good coverage on the play.
Yeah, good job there by Brian Armstrong coming in and closing and breaking that play up, so didn't take him long to make amends. Got to give a shout out from Alex.
Shout out Jordan Francis. Sam Houston, or
we did, yeah, Jordan Francis. Yeah, young lady sitting right here next to the press box. And hey, it helps if you're in the booth with us, right? You get your shout outs. We love coming over here to SISD. It's right
Casey
here,
Kasem, man. And a shout out to Jordan Francis.
So there you go.
Alex.
There you go, Alex. So I hope you're watching at home tonight on the C-Dub.
And Alex, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Man, we had a barn burner of a football game here. 13-8, closing in on the 4th quarter.
2nd down and 10. Handoff. Going left, and Darius Govan just sniffed that out. He and
Terrell Wright.
Lation Jones was there as well.
Yeah, 45 blew that thing up. I mean, he was back there, and Sam having a lot of guys swarm to the football, doing a great job holding the edge. Again, Terrell Wright, the initial guy through there to kind of string it out.
All right, so that sets up 3rd down and 12.
You just get the feeling somebody's going to have a big play that's going to impact this football game one way or the other.
And they're soloing up Armstrong again at the top of your screen. They're going that way, but good coverage, and they're going to throw a flag. I watched that play from start to finish because I knew it was going to go that way, and I got to tell you, I thought it was good coverage.
Stride for stride, and he had inside leverage.
Travius Reed. Stride for stride. May have made some contact at the end with the left arm, but
yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe right there at the top of the route.
Maybe in high school, college, and the pros, that's just good hand fighting.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yep. 2 very good athletes going at it.
100%. 7's been impressive all night.
But you know what? They owe Van Fushak 1 or 2 or 3. He'll tell you that.
There's our man 45 again. Second time in 3 plays. Terrell Wright doing the job.
Terrell Wright having a great series. And that's the end of the third quarter. This one still to be decided, a 1-possession game. Antonian and Sam Houston taking it to the 4th when we come back. Welcome back to SAISD. Antonian 13-8 as we start the 4th quarter. It's time to check out our Mission Discount Water Softeners third quarter highlights. Raymond Citizen finally getting Sam Houston going with an electrifying run inside the 10-yard line. Antonian made a 4-down stop, but they were offsides. That led to another chance. Citizen puts it in, and then they go for 2. And Jonathan Ross makes it a 13-8 ball game. Had a couple of picks. Latravius Reed got that one, and then they gave it right back. Isaiah Trujillo coming up with a couple of big plays tonight. He can change his number all he wants to if he keeps making plays like that. And that brings us to that 13-8 ball game as Khalil Warfield's first down throw is high, intended for Diego Arteaga.
So now it's 2nd and long for Antonian, and these were ball games are won and lost. You know, 1-possession game, desperately want to move the sticks. Keep eating that clock if you're Antonian. And then you got Sam Houston on the other hand that looking for a stop here on 3rd down to get the ball back.
Yep, they can get it back with the stop here on 3rd and 10, and we're going to have a discussion. I think Van Fushak's coaching staff wants to discuss this one, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back. 3rd down and 10. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 10 for Antonian. Sam Houston trying to get off the field. Warfield taking a drop, firing. It's batted into the air, and it's incomplete. Great play by Sam Houston's Darius Govan, getting pressure and then getting his hands up in the air to cause the turnover.
Yeah, look at the length on 11. Busted through there and completely jammed up the throwing lane to bat that thing away on 3rd down. Look at him, just playing center field right there, reading the quarterback all the way, and then playing a little, hope you deal with rejection.
All right, so Sam Houston will get it back. Lation Jones going to watch this one go off the side of his foot. And we gave the challenge to Zach. Let's go down to the sidelines and see if Zach passes the Sam Houston drumline test. Oh, the bass, the easiest thing to play.
I'm learning on the fly here.
Nice, Zach. Nice job. Oh, a little halfback pass. Going deep. Got a man. Caught. Did he control it? He did. How about that trickeration? Lation Jones on the receiving end of it after Jonathan Franklin Ross aired it out there. Chuck, I thought he overthrew him by a mile, but he got there and made the play.
Well, the best part of what he did here was he put air underneath it. How many times have we seen guys throwing tracers and they don't give their receivers a chance to make the adjustment while the ball's in the air? Just a great job on both ends.
So a little juice for Sam Houston as they hand it inside to Piggy Anderson, and he picks up 5 more. What's Piggy gonna eat?
Yeah, got some dirty yards right there. You know, he's just one of those guys that he'll get you some of those blood and guts yards, and then next thing you know, he's turning it up on you and busting one. So that's a nice couple of plays there in a row by the Hurricanes.
Also inspiring the rest of his guys. Citizen pitches it. Jones. Make that Ross, Jonathan Franklin Ross. He picks up more inside this Gold Gems red zone.
Kieran Strode doing a huge job over there for Antonian to close on that. That could have been a whole lot worse for Antonian. Nice job by the junior DB from Antonian.
That's our Army red zone. And a Gold's Gym first down.
It's been a fun game.
Keeping, going forward for about 2. And they got a couple of tough runners. This Ronald Wilson, we've seen carry the ball about 3 or 4 times tonight. He's been really tough. He's back there now. They can mix up with Anderson or Wilson when they need the tough yardage. And then we've seen the electricity of guys like Lation Jones and Jonathan Franklin Ross.
Yeah, Christian Elanese is doing a really good job for Antonian that time, cutting through there and stopping that one short.
Citizen, brought down by Grant. Not before he picks up another 3. And this is going to be some really interesting play calling here because you got 3rd down. You can still pick up a first down inside the 2. 3rd and 7, definitely 2 down territory for Schultz. And we see who he wants to go with here for 2 plays to pick up 7 yards. He's got Wilson in the backfield now, not Anderson. And they keep it with Citizen. He runs away from the defender, lunges for the end zone, and he's down at about the 1-yard line. Did the ball come out? They're going to give it to Antonian. I thought that ball hit the ground when he lunged. Devin Grant coming up with the play.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was watching Strode again. I thought he had Citizen in the backfield, and then next thing you know, Citizen is breaking out of jail. Bobbing and weaving and then lunging. Oh, great play. Look at
Brian
20 coming
Cooney.
in there. Brian Cooney, the linebacker, the senior stepping up around the goal line, reaching back and popping it out. Huge play by the senior.
Fantastic play. Dodged a bullet down there once. This time they don't. Warfield comes out to the 10. And he's going to have about the 14. Big collision down there with Latravius Reed. A missed opportunity for the Hurricanes right there at the knocking on the door.
And that's really the first real positive offensive play we've seen from Antonian this whole second half. I mean, you just cannot say enough about the job that this Hurricane defense has done and has been asked to do in this game to keep them in it.
Ticking down, close to 8 minutes left. Antonian protecting a 5-point lead. 1st and 10. Warfield keeps again. Reed stands him up. Those two have had quite a battle. We've seen some good contact on that interior line, both from Grant on the Antonian side, Reed on the Sam Houston side. Reed's a little slow to get up. And he's going to limp off.
Boy, we'll hope that's nothing more than a cramp, because, man, they can ill afford to lose that guy. He is the blood and guts in the middle of that Sam defense.
He's trying to walk it off, and it looks like he's putting more and more pressure on it as he gets to the sideline. He doesn't want to be hurt, that's obvious. Ward fires. It's caught. Diego's got it. He takes a shot to the upper shoulder. Arriaga with the catch.
And Warfield doing a really nice job on that one. Had to bounce it 2 different ways. He was getting pressured from both sides, stepped up, kept his eyes downfield, and threw the strike for another fresh set of downs. And clearly that young man's trying to stretch out a cramp.
That's a lot better than a knee or an ankle, and so that's good to see. Diego Arteaga plays both ways, involved in the special teams and made a couple of big catches tonight. First and 10. Right up the middle. Warfield's got about 5 more. Brings us to a U.S. Army player profile. 6:44 and ticking. Second down and 4. And that's Sebastian Nixon. He plays both ways. He's in the National Honor Society, loves to fish and hunt. And he's got a GPA of 98. We add ours together, will we get 98?
Maybe just a little bit short. I think we'd be in the neighborhood. I don't want to think about it. 2nd and 4.
We got through it.
We got through, brother. We did.
Inside handoff, Chance Felix. You know, it's funny. I graduated from Churchill, went off to college, went to North Texas, came back home. Was doing TV, maybe 10, 15 years. And Churchill always used to have me come out there and do pep rallies. And they got a new principal one year. And I went I went out there to do the pep rally. And he walks up to me, he thanks me, and he puts this folded piece of paper in my jacket pocket. And he says, just remember, I got this. And I didn't know what it was. And I got back later and I got in the car and opened it up, and it was my transcript.
That guy's got a sense of humor.
He's like, hey, man, don't ever say anything bad about us because I got you. Warfield looking for the first down, still pushing forward right at the stick. And, boy, he fought for every inch of that one, and I think he got the first down. He surely did.
Tell you what,
he earned every bit of it.
He sure did on both sides. Got an injured Hurricane. These kids are really putting on a show tonight. Good, clean fun.
San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge powered by CPS Energy is underway. You can register your squad to win a $1,000 or $5,000 or $500 cash grant and cheer at the Army All-America Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game in the Dome on January the 4th. Visit CW35.com today. A stop in the action is it may be nighttime and it may be a little bit breezy, but man, if you're playing football right now in the 4th quarter, you're sweating it all out. We're back in 30 seconds.
I'm Rich Stinson, and on behalf of the entire team at the San Antonio International Airport, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you, San Antonio, for allowing us to serve you and all of your travel needs. For more than 75 years, we've been your hometown airport. Because of you, we continue to experience unprecedented growth, and we're excited about the future possibilities as we enter phase 2 of our strategic development plan. Thank you for flying easier, and thank you for flying San Antonio.
And we're back on 1st and 10, and Sam Houston's defense coming up big again. Nice play there by Jacoby Sada, making a play.
Yeah, just a sophomore busting through and sticking his nose in there.
Sets up 2nd down and 12.
Tell you what, you know, watching this game and watching these two defenses, and I think it's pretty safe to say both these teams are going to be in pretty good shape when they get to their respective leagues and start playing.
Absolutely.
They got really good defensive lines. Linebackers have been good, and DBs have held their own tonight in this ball game too.
Yeah, they've got 6A talent in a lot of positions. Whistle blows.
Timeout.
And Antonian wants to take another one. We'll take it with him. 4:22 to go, 2nd and 12. Van wants him to go faster. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. We've been telling you about Beyond the Game, what a great program this is. San Antonio Sports and Methodist honoring the kids that go beyond the game with the values there of respect, integrity, selfless service, sportsmanship, and caring. You can nominate teams that go beyond the game at sanantoniosports.org. Is Antonian and Warfield on the run, forced into an incompletion as it was intended for Will Fertitta. And folks, this thing's about to get real interesting because it is 3rd and 12. And if Sam Houston can force a change of downs here, they'll have the football with 4 minutes to go and a chance to win this football game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Fushak, I mean, obviously you're thinking Sure, you'd like to get a touchdown, but first things first, you're trying to move the sticks so you can eat some of that clock. And just throwing the ball out of bounds like that's not going to get the job done. So, you know, worst case scenario here, you want to make some sort of completion to keep the clock winding and give Sam Houston as little time as possible.
Armstrong. It's a false start that'll back him up.
I'm telling you, Don, a lot of these false starts and these penalties on offense are because of the way these defensive lines have played all night. I mean, they just really stood up and had marvelous football games, both sides.
So that sets up 3rd down and 17, and every single time tonight when they needed a play, they have looked to solo up number 2, Brian Armstrong, and he comes to the bottom of your screen, and he'll be covered one-on-one with Latravius Reed. They've had some battles tonight. We'll see what happens here. Looking the other way, Warfield fires to the far sideline, and that's incomplete, intended for Maddox McDonald. And that'll be a flip of downs, and Antonian will punt it away. And Sam Houston will have the football, it would appear, with about 4 minutes to go in the football game, and pretty good field position near midfield.
Well, it was a really good job on 3rd down there by the Sam Houston secondary, because the guys up front for Antonian did a really good job of holding that pocket together and giving their quarterback at least a chance to throw it, but there just wasn't anybody open downfield.
Isaiah Ramirez's punt headed towards Dejan Heights. It's a high kick. He's going to let it bounce. They've been bold trying to scoop these things up before, but he'll die it at the 30-yard line. We'll take a break, and Sam Houston will have the football and a chance to go 70 to take the lead with 3:55 to play. Welcome back. Time for our Go Public Teacher Spotlight. And tonight we're honoring Lieutenant Colonel John Sensley from Sam Houston. He entered the field of education after serving honorably in the Army for 30 years. Since his time at Sam Houston, he's changed the culture, increased the number of cadets by over 20% there in their ROTC program. So congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel John Sensley, our Go Public Teacher Spotlight of the Week.
Yeah, so many members of our military doing great things when they get out. Obviously learning a lot, enjoying their careers while they fight for the freedoms of the United States of America.
Citizen with a little counter coming back this way. Antonian read it perfectly, and coming up from his corner spot to make a big-time play was Caleb Castro.
Well, you're not kidding. Talk about closing speed. You stretch that out about as long as you can, and the junior DB shot out of a cannon, making Sam Houston really play from behind the sticks as the clock continues to wind.
Ticking close to the 3-minute mark. Citizen signaling like he wants to maybe take a timeout, make a substitution there, get a big read in there.
Yeah, going to have him do a little tight end action.
Oh, tough snap. He handled it well. Hands it inside. Picking up about 3 was Dejan Heights. So tick-tock, and it's 3rd down, and we're getting down to brass tacks here for the Hurricanes.
Yes, sir. We still got 2 timeouts, which obviously is a benefit. You got to pick up the tempo right here, though, because if you don't pick it up here on 3rd down, you're going to have to kick it away and then get a stop.
Tick-tock. Burning 30 seconds here to get a play and a substitution in, and there's still mass confusion. He should have taken that timeout maybe 20, 30 seconds ago.
Well, better safe than sorry. You know, At that point, it looks like that's 2 plays in a row where they either didn't have the personnel that they wanted in or the right play. So it's a tough time to take it, though, as you said, especially on 3rd and long here.
Hey, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio is sponsoring our band grant. We told you about this at halftime. Have you voted yet? A $5,000 T&L band grant will be awarded to the T&L band with the most votes at the end of the year. It's all based on your votes. So this year's band grant presented by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Make sure you vote. Antonian at band 3 to 44332. Sam Houston at band 4 to 44332.
All right, let's see what's in store, man. This has been one heck of a football game. Early on, it looked like Antonian was just going to come in here and roll right through here. But Sam Houston had really turned the corner in this game in the third quarter, and it's been a dogfight ever since.
Big play, 3rd and 12. Citizen pressured, looking for room. Pressured, fumbled. Antonian's got the football. Chance Felix with the recovery, and it's just been a tough night for Citizen hanging on to the football.
Yeah, he's trying to make a play, pocket collapsing. He was able to turn it upfield. He wasn't going to get the first down, but the ball came out, and Chance Felix, who's done a nice job on both sides of the ball tonight, coming up with what the Hurricanes, what the Apaches hope is the game-sealing play right there.
Should be, because Sam Houston had to burn that timeout with the personnel issues. So they've only got one left with 2:25. They'll probably burn it after this play right here, as Warfield will keep it himself and takes a pounding. I'll tell you who's not quitting tonight. Your guy, Ivan Reed. What an example of toughness. Hey, here's the coming up schedule for Antonian. They've got the Legacy of Educational Excellence next week, better known as Lee. Holy Cross, Beeville, Jones, Bernie, Houston St. Thomas, Tomball Concordian Lutheran, Houston St. Pius again, and Central Catholic. St. Thomas and St. Pius both in that district.
Those teams are really stacked. That's why Van wanted to play Sam Houston. He really felt like this was going to be a good test for him. And he was right.
Warfield on the keeper. Warfield's going to score. Touchdown. Antonian ices it. Khalil Warfield with the nail in the coffin after a nice job of navigating his way through the defense.
Outstanding job up front by those young guys from the Antonian Apaches. Look at that, great ceiling block there, 79 with a kick out. That's Mariano Torres, and Jaime Carrillo also doing a really good job. The quarterback doing the rest.
The extra point is true, and Antonian goes up 20-8. And that's just about going to do it here tonight, barring any sort of miracle here by Sam Houston. But tell you what, this is the second week in a row Sam Houston's going to play a good opponent. Fredericksburg last week, Antonian this week. We looked up last week, and it was 24-26 for a really long time in that football game. They end up falling to Fredericksburg, and they played well. And you can go back and look at the tape tonight. They have a lot of false starts, playing behind the chains, some sacks, penalties. Those things you can clean up. But the athletes, the way as hard as they play, as you said, I think Coach Schultz is going to be okay once they get to district play. He's got something to build on here. You just don't want to get them too frustrated because they got Wagner next week. And, that's going to be a tough one to win. So all of a sudden you're looking at maybe being 0-3, and then you got to worry about morale.
Well, I think the biggest lesson is that this is a veteran team. They got a lot of talent and veteran guys on both ends of the ball. And they started last year 0-3 and still finished third in their district. So, I think they know that they were going to have a really tough early part of their year, just kind of like what they did last year. But the key is growing and eliminating some of these mistakes as they go on. But again, we've seen a lot of good things tonight, really, from both of these teams.
Yeah, Sam Houston could easily contend that they could perhaps be 2-0 instead of 0-2. A couple of plays here and there, a couple of goal line plays with fumbles, turnovers. So it's a lot closer than it looks. Hey, we got a lot of football this weekend. A triple header on Fox San Antonio, Army, Michigan, Nebraska, Colorado, Buffalo, and Penn State. Yeah, those are the big games this weekend. And we got, look at this.
That's
Cowboys, Giants. John Elizondo and Jack Green will be there for us.
Yeah, a little
complete coverage on Max Sports and Sports Sunday.
Little NFC East smorgasbord to start your NFL season, huh?
And then we kick off a new season. Well, I actually kicked it off tonight with Bears and Packers, but Sunday Night Football.
Caleb Castro, really nice job on the back end of that, reading that all the way. And not a bad throw there by Mr. Citizen. Trying to put some air into that one and seeing if his receiver can make a play. It's really tough to do that when they know it's coming.
Speaking of college football, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Texas at home against LSU. Who wins?
Well, you know, the thing that would concern me is that LSU looks like they may have finally gotten an offense. And if that's the case, that could be tough. But we'll see. I mean, Texas is pretty good, too. I think the biggest concern there is the fact that are they going to have anybody that can run the football? They got so many running backs that are banged up.
6 or 7 point underdogs at home. I think this is Texas's year. I mean, they grew up last year winning the Sugar Bowl over Georgia, beating Oklahoma. So I think they could beat at home. I like Texas over LSU. I'm not as convinced that the Aggies can go into Death Valley and beat Clemson.
Well, I think what helps them is the fact that I think, first of all, Clemson has got to replace a lot of guys that are now playing in the league on that defense. And if you're going to play them, I think it's better to play them now before they get their feet underneath them. So I don't know. We'll see what the Aggies do, too. I think it's going to be 2 really good games.
Don, I know you mentioned that Texas beat Oklahoma in October, but how did that go in December?
Oh, listen to Mr. OU chiming in here at the end.
True that, but they bounced back with the Sugar Bowl, and I'm not a Longhorn or an Aggie.
That's true.
I was shocked.
It'll be a great game this
I was
October.
shocked that they beat Georgia. Shocked. But it shows you that Ellinger's growing up, and the recruiting classes with guys like Stearns
Herman's
from right here.
Great class.
Yeah, they've got some. They're starting to put some pieces over there. I don't think they can beat your guys though. Not this year.
I don't know. We'll see.
That one's short hopped, and that'll do it. Congratulations to the Antonian Apaches. They're the Week 2 winners here on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Van Fushak survives an aneurysm.
He looks great, doesn't he?
Oh, man, talk about being fit. I'm not going to tell you how old he is, but
he's got some years on us, and he looks 20 times better.
I'm telling you,
I think the
man,
shame's
you
on
would
us.
never know that guy's closing in on whatever age he's closing in on. But when we come back, we'll give away the Monarch trophies and present our John Wayne Player of the Game. But right now, it's time for our Roselle Gardens Collision of the Game. And it's Devin Grant. Who else? Big number 28 coming through with the strip. One of the many turnovers on the night caused by that Antonian defense. And that's our Roselle Gardens Collision of the Game. We're coming back with the postgame show next.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by John Wayne Service Company.
Well, if Antonian hangs on 20-8. Big game by their quarterback and other players. Their defense was great tonight. It's time to hand out the hardware, both the Monarch trophies, the trophy for the champions of the night, and also the player of the game. Let's go down to Zach Hedrick. And Zach, Chuck and I are concerned about the health of our good friend Van Fushak.
All right, we'll check on Coach here in a minute, but first got to turn to the Antonio Apaches here. 2-0, guys. How does that sound? Hey, tough game, guys. Great game tonight. Thanks, guys, so much for putting on a great game and everybody. So good job, guys, tonight. But first, I need to talk to number 10 here. Where's number 10? Khalil. Congratulations, man. Got some hardware for you here in a hat. Player of the game. Yeah, that's new this year. Khalil, talk about what did you tell the guys in the offensive huddle on that last drive? You're under 3 minutes trying to salt it away there. What did you tell your boys in the huddle?
I told my guys to stay composed and then just trust what coach calls, and then we got the touchdown.
And Khalil, tonight too, on the other side of the ball, your defense kept you in it. Sam Houston was driving down, getting close, looked like they might tie it up or take the lead. How big did your defense step up for you guys tonight?
Our defense played a big role. They all stayed composed and they fought all 4 quarters, and I give a big shout out to our defense.
And what had some struggles with the yellow flags tonight and stuff like that. I mean, whether it was just offense or defense, what do you tell your guys to, just stay focused?
Our guys, we know we practice hard, so we all stay focused the whole time, and we know we got the dub, so we keep playing.
How does this set you up for next week?
Set us up good. We know that we have a lot of stuff to work on, and we're just going to get better day by day.
Khalil, thanks so much for the time, man. Congratulations. I need Need Coach Fushak over here. Coach Fushak, how are you, sir?
Doing great, thank you.
So they wanted to ask, I know we were talking earlier, but how's the blood pressure doing right? I know I kind of spiked it a little bit when I talked to you after the second half.
It's high. I got a bad headache. Bad headache.
Is that from all the yellow flags tonight? I mean, there were a lot on both sides.
It was, you know, but thing is, I got to give the kids credit. I mean, they're the ones that play. You know, we coach them during the week, and they play for 12 minutes, 4 quarters, and that's all that matters is how they play. And they rise up right here at the end when we had to have plays. They did what they had to do. You know, I'm proud of each and every one of them. Whether they play or not, it doesn't matter. They're all part of the team. We win the game. It's everybody, every single one of them.
Offense showed some flashes tonight, but you told me before the game, defense, you were really looking at them tonight, and they stepped up big time with a bunch of turnovers inside the red zone. What can you say about their effort tonight?
Well, I'm a big believer in defense. I mean, you win games on defense. If they don't score any, you don't have to score many. And so, you know, as long as we keep the heat on and make plays, you know, it's easy for us. They give us the field position we need, you know, short fields, you know, that's what they do.
And springboard into next week, you know, what do you got to get ready for next week?
Well, you know, we made some mistakes tonight. You know, we weren't like we played the previous game. You know, we've got to eliminate those in practice, and then we got to play league. You know, they're a 6A high school. The coach over there, he coached for me, so I know he's wanting to beat me. And so, you know, we've just got to come out and play.
Coach Fushak, we got some hardware for you and your team as well. Here you are. Thanks so much. Antonio Apaches, let you guys hand that over. Your Antonio Apaches, the winners tonight. Don, Chuck, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Zach. It is now time to give away the our Holy Cross play of the night. Chuck, it had to be that defensive stop down the strip right there by Brian Cooney at the end.
Yeah, Cooney with the strip, and then Devin Grant could have easily been our player of the game. I mean, he had a strip sack, and then he was Johnny on the spot to get the football. And on a night where really both defenses played super well, got to tip your cap to both of these squads and how they played on the defensive end.
We're back with our game highlights after this. Welcome back. Nice shot, fellas. Antonian over Sam Houston, 20-8 for the final score. And it's time to take a look at our final highlights brought to you by Mission Discount Water Softeners. Antonian going to the air early to take the lead, throwing a strike on the slant. We would see a lot of that young man, Brian Armstrong, tonight, and a lot of Khalil Warfield as well, our player of the game. He completed that touchdown for Titta to take even a bigger lead. Go to the third quarter, and it was Citizen going over the top for the touchdown. As Sam Houston got right back into the ball game and stayed in the game, and then went down to the fourth quarter. And again, it was Warfield. We thought this had sealed the deal. And that's why he's our John Wayne Player of the Week. And Chuck, checking out the final stats. Again, Sam Houston hung in there.
Well, I mean, it's really indicative of what you see in the final tallies. I mean, this was a game of two halves. Antonian dominated the first half, and then Sam Houston really had a 3-and-out to start the second half, and that really dictated the tempo for most of the second half. But obviously, you can't turn the ball over inside the 5, and then you can't turn the ball over late. And then once Sam Houston did that, Antonian took advantage. They recovered that fumble and then cashed it in, and hence your final score, 20-8.
Next week, we're out at Heroes Stadium. Join us on TNLs. We've got next week's game coming up. Smithson Valley taking on Madison. We've been looking forward to that one for months. That was one of the first ones on the schedule. 2 quality programs. Hey, for Chuck McAtinnick and Zach Hedrick down on the field, for Brian Watts and all the guys in the truck, for the producer extraordinaire, Chris Kothis, I'm Don Harris up here in the booth with our statistician, Nicholas Medina, and intern, spotter, Jeffrey Hovatter, who makes us all look good or tries to. We'll see you next week on Thursday Night Lights.